Hey, can I do it, Kenny?
Do what, old timer?
You know, say what we always say at the beginning of the show. Or at least you always say.
Sure, go ahead.
Well,
Yeah, I always do say well. Where's Seamus today?
I don't know. He'll be here, though. He always shows up. What are we doing?
Well, we're taking a look at knots.
What kind of nuts?
Well, two kinds of knots. And this is one kind of knot right here.
Boy, you shaker, Kenny.
Yeah, well, I gotta get it in focus here. Just moving around. Hey, you guys, how you doing today?
Seamus! It's good to see you.
Well, it's damn good to be here. I know what that is, Kenny. What is it, Seamus? It's a knot. How do you spell that knot?
I think you spell it K-N-O-T. What do you think, Seamus?
Well, I agree with you, old-timer. Well, I'm going to show you another knot, you guys. How do you spell that knot?
Well, the same way, right? Knot, K-N-O-T. Knot, and down here's another knot. Two knots. Two knots make a yes, or a knot, or something.
I think you ought to stop it. Kenny, what do you want to talk about this knot? Well, I think it's interesting you look at this knot up close, like this. And you can see how this grew. Here's it where it started as a little one. Little tree. And I don't know what this is around here. Maybe it was a branch, then it turned out to be a branch. And here's the age of it. You can read the age of the tree by these rays here.
No kidding, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can do that. Right, Seamus? I think you're right, Kenny. So you can really see the rays in there. And this is a part of a plank. The plank is this part over here. Let's take a look at the whole plank. There it is. So it's been milled down to this size. And but we can see right above this one here is another one. So it's from the same tree, I would assume. Pretty interesting, huh, old-timer?
Well, I don't know. Right over here, though, it looks like it was cut off.
Yeah, it does. Wonder what that is right there. Must have been an unusual growth during a time of year or something. Because this one down here has the same things. Right over here, it has it.
Yeah, I can see that. Wow. So what are you going to call this show, Kenny?
Well, I think I'm going to call it Not Knots. Not Knots. That sounds good to me. You know, one of my favorite comedians was called Knots. Spelled K-N-O-T-S, Don Knotts. Particularly in the show where he was with Andy there. He was the deputy sheriff and had his bullet.
Oh, I remember seeing that. You ever see that, Seamus?
No, I didn't. We didn't have TV when I was a little boy up there in Dublin. So I didn't get to see that stuff, but I've heard of Don Knotts. He died, didn't he? Yes, he did, matter of fact. Anyhow, two knots, one very interesting, and another knot over here. And we have another knot up here. Oh, look at this. Wonder what that is in the plank. Look at those rays. Wow. Here's another knot. 2 nuts, and 2 nuts. Right there. So, what'd you say, old timer? 2 nuts make a what?
I don't know what I said. Seems like something you should say, 2 nuts make a... After you have 2 nuts, you'd think you'd learn your lesson.
Well, I agree with that, you know. Well, I think we've done it on the nuts, haven't we, Kenny? Yeah, I think so. I mean, what else are we going to say? Well, we could say one other thing, and that is they're pretty. Well, that they are. They do have a flow and a symmetry to them. It's nature, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nature. By the way, why do they call her Mother Nature?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess because that's where our birth comes from. Mother.
That's a good point. All right, let's get out of here. What do you say? Seamus, where are you going?
Well, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom. Then we'll see what happens.
Well, that always sounds like a good idea to me. I started it, Kenny. Can I end it?
Yeah, go ahead, old timer.
Well, we'll see you some other time. Adios, amigos. Bye, Seamus.
See you later, boys. Bye, Kenny. Over and out.